For my project, I selected the Ephemera Queen purse and double accordion album that was designed by the wonderful Annette Green. And this is a really cute project as it was designed by her, but I decided to try a couple of different things with this. So I took her tutorial, I followed some of it, and I made some changes. So I'm gonna walk you through what I did inside of my little purse and my album, and I'll show you the differences that I did. So the first thing that I did was I did not have the chipboard purse to use, so I created my own template and I made my own chipboard pieces. And since I planned on making this all one where the album is not separate, it actually does not have sides on it, so that is one change. This is the same as the nets. These are slightly different because I don't have the chipboard, so I just made my handles out of paper. I attached them with brads. I used a piece of the chipboard here on the front and I just tied a bow here, and then I have this magnetized. So it is magnetized and there is a sticker covering this magnet here. Opening the purse up, it will lay flat, and then it has the accordion albums glued into the actual purse itself. Very similar construction to what Annette did, but some slight variations. I did not have the die cut assortments for the Ephemera Queen collection, so I made my own using some of the G45 metal dies that I have. And then a lot of the stuff that I made very similar to what Annette did in her tutorial. So starting with this side, what I did was I cut a banner here instead of one of the die cut pieces. I used one of the cut aparts from the collection, and this is one of the pieces that I made with one of my dies. Flipping out this direction, and the next one, this one is pretty similar. Instead of the die cut butterfly, I just used my dies and made a butterfly. And then this is a difference that I did that Annette did not do in her tutorial, is I made some of these pockets and I made tags. And what I used for my tag is the tag that's on the inside cover of the collection pack on all G45 papers. I cut one of these out, and then I cut 9 of these out. I rounded the corners, and I just put a little piece of the decorative paper, it was one of the border strips that I had left over, on all of the tags. They're blank on the back. These can be used for journaling or adding photos. So they're very flat so that they slide right down into the pocket. This one is the same as what Annette did. This next one is slightly different. I have one of the cut aparts instead of one of the die cuts, and I die cut a butterfly since I didn't have the actual one. And then again, another tag in the pocket. And then on this page, Annette used the die cut assortment clock here, but I had this clock die from my set, so I just made the clock out of some of the patterns and solids. Put a sticker in the center of it. I used the same border strip or the same little cut apart that she used, and then I die cut a little butterfly. So very similar to the look that she has, but just slightly different using some of the dies instead of the die cut assortment that comes with the collection. So it's a good way to utilize your G45 dies. On this back side, I have this piece here that I cut left over from the clock here. I used that and put that here. I used one of the stickers that I popped up onto some of the patterns and solids just to make it stand out a little bit. This is very similar to what Annette did. And then I have my tag behind here. This one is also very similar to Annette's. I used some of the patterns and solids instead of the paper that she used. And then I have a different sticker here than what she has. I think she had a die cut assortment piece there, so I did that, and then I put one of the little yellow roses there. On this page, very similar but just slightly different. I put 2 stickers up here. This is tag in this pocket, and then I put a different sticker because the sticker that Annette used I had already used on a different piece. And then this back side is a little slightly different because the die cut that Annette used is a little different. I used my Graphic 45 tag. I think it's a label die. I used that, and I used the same chipboard pieces, and then the same piece, and the stickers are all the same, and the corner piece. On the spine, Annette uses 2 of these, and I decided to use all 3 of them. On this one, again, slightly different because I didn't have the die cut that she used on the front, so I used that label die with the frame, and then a slightly different sticker, and then I made this with one of the dies as well. Flipping over, this one I think is very similar to what she made. And then I have my tag in the pocket. On this page, it's exactly the same as what Annette designed. On this one, since I did not have the piece that she used for the die cut, I just cut this and made this look like a banner out of one of the cut aparts. And again, it is a pocket, so I put a tag in there. And then this is slightly different. I use a different piece here. I popped this up on foam. I've got 2 of the stickers here, and then I cut this frame out of one of the cut aparts, and it is open, so something will slide down there. If it's small enough, it will slide down into that, so you can place a photo there. On the back side, I have a slightly different look here than what Annette did because I didn't have her pieces with the die cut assortment, and then I just added a tag to the pocket, and this is one of the stickers from the collection, as is this. This is very similar to what Annette did, just slight variation, and then another tag in the pocket here. On the next, this one is very similar. I'm pretty sure it might actually be identical to what Annette did. And then on this page, I have one of the other label dies that I cut a piece here from the Patterns of Solids, and then I just did the heart from my dies, and then I made this a pocket with another tag. So this is very similar to what Annette created in the inside, but the album, instead of being removable like hers, is stuck into the actual purse itself. So I just thought it was a fun and cute way to mix things up just a little bit and use the paper collection. It's a really fun collection to work with, and it was a really fun project. The directions are super easy to follow. Annette does a great job with her tutorials. So if you are interested in doing the project the way that Annette does it, you can get the instruction sheet on the Graphic 45 website, or you can also get on the Graphic 45 YouTube channel, because there is a video where Shari walks you through how to actually make the project on the website. So it's a really good way to learn and to use up your collection. So this is available for free on the www.g45papers.com website. If you go to inspiration and project sheets, you will find all kinds of inspiration there. And if you want to see step-by-step how I took Annette's tutorial and made my own version of it, you can also go to the Graphic 45 blog. It's also on g45papers.com, because I will show you step-by-step how I made this. So if you want to make the original or if you want to make my version, they're both going to be available to you. Thank you for watching and have a great day.